Welcome back to the channel. Today is day 336 of playing chess every day until 2000 elo. We're at 1871. Let's find an opponent. And we find Matt. We're not going to check the profile because he's been playing since 2020. And he's a Gotham fan, you know. So he must be legit, right? I'm not being serious right now. All right, so we get this, and knowing he's a Gotham fan, he's probably gonna know what to do here. Yeah, A3 is a way to play. So like the idea is that after I go here, he's gonna play this. Or maybe not. Interesting idea here. Interesting indeed. So I feel like I could go here and punish him. Because how are you protecting this square? You're gonna have to play like queen up, maybe? But whatever square the queen goes to, it's gonna block development. Queen here, his next move is probably gonna be this. So we would have to be careful on how we want to develop this knight. I don't hate it though. It also stops this bishop from being able to develop very easily. But it's pretty good to note that we can't develop the knight here now. So we might have a little bit of difficulties here, but he's gonna have to block in his own development too. So there's some downfalls for both. And I guess if he goes queen up, I might be able to just play a5 to prevent him from playing here. Takes and the rook would fall. Now, yes, this is a little bit like I'm always on myself about don't try to go for fancy tactics this early in the game. Attacking, like, I just can't help myself. I see opportune, I take, but no. Queen b6 is probably a terrible move, if we're being totally honest here. I mean, there's just, the queen doesn't really belong on b6, I don't think, but. Okay, so he goes for that, which I thought was, I don't know, not really that great, to be honest. Because doesn't he wants to castle that way. Now he can develop the bishop because if I were to take on b2, he would come in with a nice juicy check. And now I kind of want to go a5. Maybe he's trying to plan, like if I go a5, maybe he's planning to come here and develop this way. Is that his plan? Because if so, I could play bishop d7 right now to prevent him from coming in with a check. I mean, in all honesty, we could think about going long. Bishop here, what does he play? Maybe this, takes, then we would get in. To be honest, I quite like bishop d7. It prevents him from giving this check. But bishop d7, if he plays here, do we have this? Takes here, attacking the rook. He can't move this. Can't go here. I feel like that could make his position a little bit unpleasant. Here, he pushes, we go here. Let's go for this. Let's go bishop d7. Stop him from allowing a queen trade. Yeah, so he does go for that. He does indeed. Funny enough, I could... No, never mind. I was going to say I could play queen a6, but that would just be a blunder. So he'll have to play rook a2. Which looks kind of ugly. So if I go bishop d4, knight takes, queen takes, rook a2. On rook a2, we would probably just go knight c5 or c6 to attack the pawn. And he's still having a hard time developing. But I don't... That's not really the bishop I want to give up. It's pretty strong. But I don't really... It's going to have to go back to e7. And if it goes back to e7, it blocks in the knight from developing, making it an extra move to... He doesn't have to take too. Like if I go bishop d4, but if he doesn't take, then my next move's probably just gonna be knight c6 attacking. Okay, let's go here. Oh, I just missed something so huge. He just pushes the pawn. Oh, he doesn't see it? Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we got super lucky there. I think he could have trapped my bishop. And now he goes for that, of course. Let's see here. Queen has little space to go. Here, I mean, now he's got a target here. I probably want to go here, though. Here he's going to play this. We'll go here. Yeah, see, this is why my plan with queen b6 was just so flawed. There was just nothing. We were just lacking development. Of course, his development's kind of skewed too, but yeah, there was just no need for that. I've made too many queen moves. So I just go here. So now he can't develop the knight. So if he goes here, we have this. We're also threatening this pawn now, but he'll probably play this. Then we just go here. But taking's not really what I want. Oh, actually I see something very nice. On takes, we have check, queen here, and oh, we don't have check. Dang it. That would have been so nice. Maybe we'd just develop this way. He still can't castle. So let's go here. And then on this move, I'll just play this. Not that I wanted to, but I mean, it's just an equal game. He missed an opportunity though. This bishop to d4 was such a bad move because all he had to do was push, and the bishop has no squares. Okay, queen over there seems weird. He wants to develop. Pretty clear. But now we can actually go here and we're threatening to take. So let's go here. Threatening to take the bishop. He might play this, I guess. But if he plays that, so bishop here, takes, bishop takes, bishop here, and he can't castle. And then maybe we get wedged in, and we can attack this pawn. Or, well, I guess in this case it'll be this pawn with like knight f5. Yeah, so he does go for that. So we're going to take, and we're going to trade down. I don't think there's any other moves. I guess I really don't have that, do I? Okay, let's go here. Cut the king off. This doesn't quite work right now, but maybe this square. Yeah, but we're just gonna slide in. Slide in. Looking good. This bishop is a beast. King up. Wow. Wowza. That is wild. Here, I guess he wants to go here to protect. Okay. Did not really expect that move. So he's got checks right now. I could castle and maybe play for f6 to try and break this open, and then put the rook on this file. It's kind of my plan. The knight can go to c6 and attack the pawn, and he'll have to protect it somehow. And if he plays bishop to d3, I'll just go rook here. So if I go here, king has to go here. Here takes. Actually, I think seems pretty good right now. This isn't really a move because he just pushes. Yeah, let's go for f6 because it has an immediate threat after this trade. Of course, he could play this too. But then we take and we get the open file. And if he ever goes here, we're just going to immediately go here. Yeah, typically you don't really want to play f6 in these positions because, you know, this pawn becomes super duper weak. But since I take and have an immediate threat, well, he mitigates it, of course. But of course he does. Of course he does. Go here, and if he takes, we take. Can't go here. This threaten, he kind of has to give the bishop. Yeah, let's go here. I want his bishop. He doesn't have a way to protect the pawn. So yeah, he has to take. And pawn takes is interesting. Because this pawn is very, very weak. Could almost call it an isolated pawn. Where this is kind of like locked in with my bishop. So I'm actually debating on taking like this. And it also holds this key square here that his knight can jump to. Pawn takes, he's gonna take the file. I don't love that. But then I could play king up. Rook takes. I mean, he still can't go there, but actually he can. He could, because if I took, then he has this. So this actually just restricts his knight completely. But I don't love that he gets this file. King up. And then maybe we can target these weaknesses. Let's take with the pawn. Yeah. Immediately goes for it. Now king up, I think, is important. Stop the infiltration. We can always protect here. What does he want with that move? He wants to go here? Interesting. Here? Yeah, but if I go here and he goes here, I can just take. And if takes, we just go check, maybe. He would have to step here. And then we can go after this pawn. Like, obviously, the knight here is super strong. I could immediately just do this and not allow him to go there. But I kind of like this line. Where he jumps here, I take. He takes. We go check. And we're going to actually pick up this pawn. 2. Okay. Let's go for it. It actually seems pretty good. Because I just think the bishop does such a good job of holding these squares. Unless he's going to sack the exchange. Oh, rook takes here. Here is not possible anymore. So I would have to take. Rook takes, pawn takes. Knight here takes. I guess that restricts the king, which is good. We do need to be very careful in these positions. Very careful, very, very careful. Yeah, oh, he's going for it. He's giving the pawn. Okay, let's take. I don't think this is great for him. Unless there's something that I'm majorly missing. check. We take this pawn, and then like we're gonna get behind this. So the question is, do I go here first? He goes here, I take. I think we take, he goes back, and then we go here, attacking this. Does he have any checks from this position? Not really. Okay, let's just take. We're up a pawn now. Shoot. I literally asked myself if he has any checks. Here, he takes, I take. Yeah, he's gonna get the bishop. But we got a pawn. King up. Is there any good checks for him? It stops him from winning this pawn. Here, yeah, I think here and we're fine. The knight doesn't have any squares, so he's kind of forced to take this. Obviously, like, we can go here, but here takes. Yeah, the king just sidesteps. But now we can infiltrate. We can just come in, blocks, or we can just target the pawn. I go here, knight takes. We can take with the rook. King here, step up, maybe. I think my opponent's in some trouble. Here, no. Here, if knight takes, we take, he goes here, then we can take, and take. Yeah, let's go. Let's go for this. We're up a pawn right now, and we're threatening to win another one. Here, I think, fails to this. Because if he steps here, we have check, which doesn't do anything. Here, we can just move the bishop, I think. But where to? Here, there's this. Yeah, it's getting a little bit tricky. Here takes, check, here. And then we would have some kind of, like, checkmate. So maybe this is the move. Takes, check, here, no. Because then he can take this. I think we're trying to complicate this when we don't need to. Here, he probably just pins. Takes. Okay, let's attack the knight. Here, knight here. Yeah, I think he's going to keep the knight. But I think I need to be able to move my king. Check. Doesn't that just lose, though? I go king here. King here, I guess he has this. What's he going for? I don't understand. If I go here, I want this. We can't get it right yet. Check. But maybe we can... Oh. What? Here, so the knight moves. And then we go check. Here, check. That would be checkmate. I think this might be the beginning of the end for my opponent. Because I think he has to give up the knight. He kind of walked himself... Yeah, or do that. So now we can just take. We're threatening this. If I take here, he takes here. So now we're just up the exchange. But we have a massive time advantage, or disadvantage. Goes there, protecting this. Makes sense. Now I think I just need to gobble on some pawns. He still can't infiltrate. Just threatening this, but let's go here. We can start winning some pawns. We should be in decent shape. And if we keep him restricted, should also be in pretty good shape. I don't know what that does. He wants to win this pawn, but I mean, like, even if we win all of these pawns, yeah, he's just going, he's gonna try and take here. I don't see it. Don't know. Takes, we can just like slide up. Or we can just actually bring the king and protect. Here, we go here. There's no rook sack because takes and it protects us. Come forward maybe? Or I can just go back. Yeah, let's go back. Now rook takes is possible. Takes, he takes. But we're just gonna get a bunch of pawns, right? Let's give him that exchange. It's fine. Takes, check. King up. Takes. Maybe we shouldn't have given him that exchange. And he's also threatening this pawn. Okay. Let's gobble. We're gonna have an outside pass pawn. He definitely goes check. And we're gonna step the king up because I wanted to counteract this. Attack this. We might just be drawing the game now, to be honest. Trading into a rook endgame was probably a bad idea. I don't have much time. Yeah, he attacks that. I could probably go check and then like block like this. Or I could just take, he takes here. come all the way up. I want to push the pawn. Yeah, now it's definitely a draw. Takes here. I don't really want to allow him to push. Check here. You know, I don't know. Should we go for the win? Yeah, we're gonna take a draw. Probably a bad idea. Yeah, we should not have traded into an endgame there. That was so dumb. Yeah, we're just totally winning. Why did I do that? Probably just rook here. No, no. Maybe even just this? No. It says rook c6. Oh yeah. And if this, we just go check. Oh, that was pretty dumb. I don't know why I did that. Okay, anyways. We blundered right at the start too. Alright, let's run through this game. Karo Khan. This book. And yeah, I mean, this was silly. Yeah, that was a big blunder. And now he's a little bit worse. Now he's definitely worse. I guess we get this exchange. But we should have just went rook c2, and it's much better for us. Rook c2, what's the follow-up? Has to go here? Why can't he just like play like this? Oh, because there's this check. Oh, I missed the back rank check. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Takes. King up was a mistake. So we shouldn't be scared of him coming in here. I mean, if he comes in now, then it's wrong because we can take. But, I mean, he can just push the pawn or protect it. It says rook g1, that's very passive. I don't see why you wouldn't do this. Now it's saying f4. I didn't want to allow this in. Anyways, yeah, I mean, we should have went after this weakness. Now, I did calculate this, and I thought this was pretty good for us. And that's a blunder. Should have went for check. King here. Bishop b3. I looked at this. He goes here. Rook d4. And we're attacking the pawn. Okay, anyways. Pawn takes was better. Yeah, I can't believe it's just +4. This is actually... This is ridiculous. Yeah, I just kind of malfunctioned, I guess. I don't know. I think it was just the time pressure. I let the time pressure get to me, which is not smart, but I was afraid that with the conjunction here that he had, like the rook and knights and king in front of my king with like no defenders, which is why you should have played this, but I was definitely going to play this if I kept the rook. I just thought that I was going to like somehow get checkmated. So I thought that I could just trade into this endgame, which is just stupid because it's only a pawn up in a rook endgame. That's likely going to be a draw. Now, what I was thinking was like, after check, if I go here, I mean, giving this pawn to come and try to promote, I mean, I probably just straight up lose, but no, I mean, rook a5. Yeah, there's no way that we're just not going to win. Anyways, we're going to play a second game. We're going to play a quick 10-0. This was poor. We should have won. We blundered at the start. That's kind of sucky, but we both played with a 78% accuracy. 1850 performance elo for him, 1900 for me. He just played better in the endgame than I did. Now, let's see. We get the white pieces against it 1900. Got the Sicilian defense. How will they play it? E6, okay. So we're going to play it in the Grand Prix style, of course. They go there. Now, we're just going to develop. Pushes through, but we go check first. Takes, and then we go back. If this takes, queen takes. We haven't seen that line in a while. So it just develops. Now we're going to push, protect the pawn. Castle, we get a weakness here. Okay. We could jump the knight in and immediately attack this. But I feel like we should just castle first. So let's just go ahead and castle. Now let's jump the knight in. We're attacking this pawn, threatening to fork these pieces. He protects, as one probably should. And now I think I'm just going to go for like the typical Grand Prix stuff. So, Queen E1. Our knight is pretty well placed here. It can maybe rotate to here. I could push, get to this square. Yeah, but now we're just going to play this. Or do I really want to spend time doing that? Takes. I'm kind of happy to open up this file. Opens up the bishop too. So if I go here, takes, attacks the knight. Knight goes here, we attack the knight. The bishop becomes open. I like it, let's go here. If he takes, I think is a big mistake, because he activates 2 of my pieces. Of course he could play this right now. But then we're just going to slide up. Or here or something. He goes rook there. Interesting move. Now I'm going to go here, and we threaten a fork. And he just slides back. So I could push through, but I kind of don't want to do that. I like the placement of my knight here. Queen needs to be improved because we're in a pin. I don't love that. I could maybe go here and plan to play f5. So let's go for that. This bishop is actually pretty bad behind this pawn. He might even play this to stop this move. Yeah, so he does. But does it really stop it? I go here, takes. The whole point of that move really isn't about the queen. I'm also thinking of like moves like this. This move actually seems good. Yeah. We're just restricting his pieces. Knight's gonna have to go back. And then maybe we can start some kind of attack on the king. Or he goes there. But like potential rook lifts here. Also just like knight here, knight here. Obviously not right now. Well, actually I can. Let's just improve the pieces. Let's go knight here to go knight here. If he plays here, that's pretty weakening. He wants to get rid of that knight. Here, takes. Knight's gotta move, and we would pick up this pawn, I think. Could also just play this. Let's just go here. Let's keep restricting him. Now that the bishop's over here too, maybe this is viable. But I got a good plan. Knight here, like bishop here, bring the other rook. He'll probably trade, but we need to make sure that we just keep our time up. That's important. And these 10 plus zeros. Yeah, so he does take. I'm gonna take like this. Knight's hit. Knight probably goes here. No. So he's gonna go after this, actually. Okay, I kind of actually overlooked that. So I could play this, and if he goes here, he gets tripled pawns, but it's actually not so simple. Knight here, takes, I play rook here. And if he ever plays knight here, we just take. Yeah, allowing that was kind of a fumble, though, in my opinion. And he can probably just challenge it. Go rook up, or bishop up. I don't love it. I don't love it. I also always have this move to threaten mate, which is a nice move, but there's always just this. Protects the pawn. Now we push, open up the pieces. Also, this looks strong. Let's push and open up the pieces. I think if I had more time to calculate everything, maybe I would have been doing a little bit better, but this is still not bad, in my opinion. If takes, we're probably going to take with the rook. I mean, obviously queen takes comes with a threat. Oh, and then like stuff like this. Queen takes, how does he protect this? He moves the queen somewheres. Can't go here. He went here. Queen takes. If this, we have bishop here. This, we would take. I think I'm going to take with the queen. I like queen takes. Immediate threat. This is a fork now, but we can take it. Well, first we would actually just do this. Yeah, so he goes there, but here. Pawn takes. What about just this too? Here takes. We can just take this. No. If he were to take, then we go here. Okay, let's go for this. Here. Just doesn't feel right. Maybe now we just rook lift. Let's go ahead and rook lift now. Bishop back is interesting. So we could go here with an immediate threat. If he plays this, here takes, would lose. I don't really want to go back and give him the pawn. Here, pawn takes, queen takes. No, queen can't take. Here, pawn takes. Okay, I don't know where I was, but Computer ran out of space, so let's finish this up real quick before we run out again. Yeah, I mean, we just traded into this, got our knight on an outpost, and it was better to go here and create a bunch of weaknesses, because after g6, you just go here, and then they have to play something like this, and then you can come in with the rook, they have to trade. We didn't do that, but that was the way that we were supposed to play. We jump into the beautiful outpost, and then we rook lift. They attack. We come in, pinning that bishop, and now it's a draw apparently, but they make a huge mistake here because we have the brilliant bishop takes, and when they take, or they shouldn't take, we have check, and now the king is in a mating net, and apparently we didn't even have to sack the rook, but yeah, queen takes is just mate in 2. So apparently instead of sacking the rook, we should go here. And then if they play f5, wait, why can't we just take? Queen h7, takes, rook c7. Yeah, we just get the piece. And then, I mean, his king is so vulnerable here. We have rook takes c6, rook takes c6, what? Yeah, we just take here. Threatening discovery attacks. Makes a lot of sense. I played with a 76.2. My opponent played with a 60.3. 1850 performance elo for myself. 1500 for my opponent. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And I'll see you tomorrow.